is the Valley Today.
Stay put and stay safe. That's the advice from the North Dakota Emergency Services after they shut down a long stretch of I-94 again today because of this rotten winter weather. Now the interstate is closed from Jamestown to Dickinson because of that heavy blowing and drifting snow. That's resulting in areas of zero visibility. Some sections are even impassable.
Part of Highway 52 also blocked off currently to traffic. And we have you covered again this morning with our Valley Today team coverage. We're sending it right on over to meteorologist Lisa Green to get things going. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, this storm is one that just won't quit. We've got another surge of snow, heavy snow in fact, and now wind coming our way. So we've got some updates to our first alert weather days here. First of all, again, today we are in one. We'll be in it again tomorrow with this storm. We're adding on another day. And then Monday and Tuesday for the Arctic air that's coming. And that's something we'll talk about coming up, but we do want to focus in on the storm system itself. Look at this red on our map for our winter weather alerts. It's a winter storm warning. It continues here for today, and now it covers the entire valley. We're looking at heavy amounts of snow, and for some of us, really strong winds in the west that will have some big impacts on our visibility and drifting and blowing snow going on here throughout the valley, but especially in some of our western counties here today. So let's talk about that morning drive. We're going to be starting off with conditions that are still kind of hazardous from the latest round of snow that's moved through. Crews are out clearing it, but the roads are a little bit better off here, at least to start. But that's changing as we speak as well. As we start to see more of that snow move in, we're going to have some slick roads, low visibility increasing through the morning, and temperatures near that freezing mark yet again here this morning. So let's talk about the radar here. We've got that snow out to the east. This is pushing into Bemidji, back over into Lakes Country, Mahnomen, and down toward Detroit Lakes, kind of seeing that front line of this latest band. There are also some areas where we're getting some light areas of scattered snow, even a little bit of freezing drizzle, perhaps down by Fergus Falls. Again, temperatures right around that freezing mark, yet again leading to kind of a little messy situation from time to time. And then just expanding the view, I want to show you the scope of this. This is a large area of snow that's coming in from eastern Minnesota and moving toward us from the east. And again, this is not a typical direction we often see our weather come from. So you'll want to look eastward on the radar as you're checking the Valley News Live weather app throughout the day to see what's coming toward you. And you can see again, it is already moving into our eastern counties. Here's a look at our hourly planner. Again, temperatures not changing a lot, but this is a little bit of a change in our trend. Notice how we are dipping a little bit through the day, getting into the upper 20s by the afternoon after starting off right around freezing this morning in Fargo. And that's all thanks to this north wind that's going to be blasting in. We're going to see it increase through the afternoon with gusts into the 30s for some of us, and then out to the west, perhaps even some 40s. And with the heavy snow that'll be falling, we're looking at low visibility. And then you're trying to drive through the drifts that it creates. And here's a preview of our snowfall. This is additional snow to what we've seen so far through tomorrow evening. And you could see just about everybody getting at least a few inches of snow or more, but there will be large areas in that 6+ range with this event again. So this is going to be a lot of snow for that increasing wind to work with. And we're going to talk more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes and take a look at the weekend ahead. Last weekend before Christmas, and I know the system has a lot of us kind of shutting down this week, and maybe you're not able to take care of that last minute shopping. We'll let you know if that will be possible for the weekend coming up.
Yeah, lots to take in. Thank you for that update, Lisa. Let's get a real-time check of our travel conditions this morning with Jordan.
Yeah, you can imagine. Third day of this first alert weather day system we got here. You know the roads are still going to be pretty impacted by this. We mentioned it at the top of the show. I-94 Jamestown to Dickinson. It is closed. That's the red line right between the middle of North Dakota here. It is open I-94 from Jamestown to the metro here and beyond into Minnesota. You're going to encounter kind of a mixed bag of stuff. So around Valley City, we have ice and slushy or wet conditions. And then between Valley City and Fargo, we have icy and snow-covered conditions. And then once you get into the metro, our map is showing us this morning blue, which again is kind of that slushy wet conditions. So something you need to watch out for there, especially Lisa just mentioned those temperatures kind of falling throughout the day. We're going to get below freezing, excuse me. And so we're going to have to watch out for that freezing up. Taking a look at I-29, we're also running the gamut there as to what you're going to experience. North and south of Fargo-Moorhead, it's going to be snow covered. Once you get to Grand Forks, I-29 is going to be a bunch of different stuff. We have even some seasonal conditions being reported on the roads there yet this morning, right in the Grand Cities. That's probably because the plows are out able to treat the roads, clear the roads this morning. But just north of that, we're talking wet. Just south of Grand Forks, we got some icy conditions as well. Then if you head west into the Devil's Lake Basin along Highway 2, icy conditions until you get into about Ramsey County, and also when you get into Nelson County this morning, that's when you start to get into a no travel advisory. All these red shaded counties you see, most here on the western half, and in our area we have just a few counties that are included in it this morning. Devil's Lake, one of the largest cities in it as well. So you need to watch out in North Dakota no matter where you're going. A bunch of other counties are in a travel alert, meaning you still can travel, you just have to watch out for it. Taking a look at our roads in Minnesota here. I-94, as we mentioned, going all the way down to the Twin Cities, either partially or fully snow covered. Highway 10 going all the way down to the Twin Cities as well, from Moorhead, partially to fully snow covered. Highway 2 up in the north, that actually has some seasonal conditions up there, but then it starts to get snow covered as you head more inward in Minnesota. So basically, no matter where you're going this morning in Minnesota, you are also going to encounter some either partially snow covered roads or fully snow covered roads. So you need to be careful on that. Ashlyn?
All right, thank you for that real-time look. This week's Winter Wallop is really doing a number on the line from Dickinson over to Jamestown. Lots of snow, ice, and road closures. Our very own reporter Nishay Taylor and photographer Davis Wynn have been in Jamestown most of the week showing us what's going on, and they're joining us live again this morning. You're all bundled up. Hey there, Nishay.
Hey Ashlyn, hey Jordan. It's so weird to hear you guys say that this is day 3. Honestly, it feels like day 5 because this storm just feels like it's been constant. But for us right here in Jamestown, you know, we're kind of getting a bit of a break from the snow. But as Lisa mentioned, you know, that wind gust is really going. Actually, it's whipping so fast that you can kind of hear like someone whistling. It sounds like someone's whistling in the air because it's going so fast right now, and it's actually blowing some of the snow all over the place. It looks as though that the roads are, you know, seeming as though that they're okay. Folks seems to not have any trouble, but it can be very deceiving as, you know, there could be ice under the snow-packed roads, but folks seem to be moving okay here. We haven't seen any plows just yet, but they're probably amping up to get out and make sure that these roads are clear. But we'll have much more on weather conditions and road conditions here in Jamestown coming up in the next half hour. In Jamestown, Nishay Taylor, Valley News Live.
Oh, goodness. All right, hang in there. We're all rooting for you. You're doing great, and thank you so much for that live team coverage throughout this week. All right, you guys stay safe in Jamestown. Well, bad weather is changing things up for schools across the valley again today. We've heard from more than 60 districts, most of which are closing or going virtual this morning. Among the districts shutting down altogether are Fargo, Grand Forks, and UND. And Mayville State.
Now, West Fargo, Moorhead, Kindred, and Hillsboro are some of the many districts going with virtual learning. Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and Lake Park Audubon are on the list of school delays this morning. Of course, we know that can change as well. Now, we are scrolling everything on the bottom of your screen right now. Check out the full list on your free VNL News app. It's another day of flight disruptions in and out of the valley as well. Check ahead because a few morning flights in Fargo are already canceled or delayed.
We have more team coverage of this wild midweek weather that's coming up all morning right here on the Valley today. We're also checking in on the FM Metro neighborhoods in just 10 minutes as we jump outside for this live look across our region.
Yeah, but straight ahead, Lisa Green is in with what you need to know as we prepare for another hit of winter weather today.